Welcome to the Coach V Show, your radio and podcast for personal development where iron sharpens iron. Together we rise. Here on Island City, where the beach meets the streets. We are so juiced to have live in studio here at Island City, who made a splash just of late. We have Celle in the building. Celle, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Coach V. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Man, the pleasure and the honor to have a legendary singer that has the hook that everybody knows worldwide. When you sing that hook and you're doing your thing all over the world, everybody sings it with you. We're here as of late on the Holo Holo Festival. I mean, how did it feel to be back on stage performing I'm in Love with your boy Spawnbreezie at the Oceanside Holo Holo? Island City was live, front row seats. Coach V was in Sacramento, shout out Elk Grove, California, and on my feed was blowing up. Oh my goodness, oh my God. 13,000 likes, 182,000 views of After a Decade. Celle joined Spawnbreezie on stage to perform I'm in Love. How was it?
Oh my goodness. It felt like home.
Mm.
Just a big, nice, warm hug for my soul. I needed it so bad, and it was so nice. Just organic. Just the entire, just everything, just how it played out.
Yeah.
Like, it was unexpected. Definitely unexpected, but it was amazing to say the least. I had so much fun. Yeah, it was just, I went there not expecting to perform.
Yeah.
And it was just, I was standing with Q. We were like down on the floor. And next thing you know, Cisco is, pulling on my arm and he's escorting me up to the stage.
Shout out Big Body Cisco. Good move.
Yeah. And then he's like escorting me up to the stage, and Spawn had already started performing, and I was like, "What are we doing?" And he was just like, "You're gonna perform today." And I was like, "Okay, let's do it." So yeah, it was just, the whole moment was organic, unexpected, but
oh my goodness,
very much needed.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
So tell me when it felt like home. When you looked at the crowd, because I saw the video. When you looked at the crowd, or was it when you looked back and you started singing with him and you just closed your eyes and it went into cruise control, like, this is what I do. This is who I am. Did that feel amazing in terms of this was just a natural reaction and a natural deployment of what you are made to do? Talk about that.
Yeah, that felt like, no, there really aren't enough words to suffice, like how I felt in that moment. It was just, it felt, like I said, just home. I was like, it happened so smoothly, and it was like, I felt like I needed to be there. So it was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
just even the crowd's reaction to the entire, that section of the song, I was like, okay, I love y'all right back.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. You shared with me some of the struggles and challenges that you've been faced with that we have not seen you on stage for a while.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to share what some of those challenges are with us?
Yeah. So I want to say the last time I performed on stage with Spawn was 2018. And then not too long after that happened, I released a song with, I don't know if you've heard of them. They're from Australia, Kenyan and Donnell Lewis.
Oh yeah,
I did
seen them in concert.
Yeah,
so Sacramento.
So we did that collab on Summer Drink, and then I want to say a few years after that, my dad got diagnosed with cancer. And then he was going through chemo with, that whole situation. And then not too long after, my mom had issues with her thyroid. So she had to undergo surgery as well. And so I stepped in to, of course, the only girl out of 4 boys. It's kind of like, this is what we got to do, So stepped in and started taking care of my parents. And then I also have my son. And so it was, it was challenging. but I'm very grateful for it just because now, thankfully, my parents, their health in a better place now.
Good.
They're still here with us, forever grateful for that.
Mm.
So, that's really where I was, just taking care of mom and dad,
Yeah.
and just, you know, being where I needed to be as their daughter, right?
Mm.
So that was a few years. It took a large part of me being out of the scene.
Mm.
Yeah. But now, mom and dad are doing so much better. So yeah, I'm here. We're here.
Yeah, let's go. So shout out to you and all the caretakers out there. And for the people out there that are doing that, which is what we do in Polynesia.
Yes.
We just don't ship you away and you got to go to some home, which is okay for those people that do, but that's just not how we do it.
Right.
What is your message to them? Which camera are we on? Because Celle has just went through this. Talk to them about how they just face each and every day from here on out, being the main caretaker. They have their own dreams, Celle. Come on. Is that real?
Yeah.
But this is the thing that you feel that you must carry, not just as a burden to carry, but because you love someone so much that you would do so. Talk about that.
Yeah, I would honestly shout out to all of the caretakers. It's not an easy job, but honestly, I didn't when that was happening, like being human, right? I'm being transparent about it was like, I have brothers and I'm like, man, like I am not the only child.
Yeah, real
like
talk.
what is happening here?
Real.
But I think just changing my perspective into like it not being a job. Like this is where I'm supposed to be. And if whatever is for me, right? I know God would never let that pass me. So changing my perspective on being there for mom and dad, it just really, I feel like it was everything that I needed to balance everything that I wanted to do the music but also, you know what, like mom and dad, I still have them. Let's just do this. So I would say, honestly, you run with the punches. You can slow down, but you're not going to quit.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't quit. And so that's what was always playing in the back of my mind. Like, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to step away for a little bit, but when it happens, it'll happen.
Yeah, very good. Very good. So introduce your family.
Okay.
Your mom, dad, your siblings.
Yes.
If you want to, if you got a good relationship with them, because not every guest wants to introduce their family.
So I have mom and dad. And then I also have 4 brothers. My oldest brother, unfortunately, passed away in 2007 from cancer.
Okay.
So there is 4 of us now. And I'm the only girl out of, the 4 boys. But everyone is, I have nieces and nephews as well. They're very supportive, although everyone's, doing their building family right now. But just so very supportive, my brothers were actually like, we're in a group chat. And then when they started to see all of the chaos and the noise, right, from Saturday, Holo Holo, they just sent a text and was like, wow, this, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, like, do this. Like, let's do it.
That's awesome. Introduce your parents by name. And then where do you guys come from?
Okay. Mom, dad is Maalo. Mom is Eva. I was born and raised in Compton, California.
Yeah. Shout out Compton.
Compton,
Yeah.
So mom and dad were born in Samoa, and then they came out here, like, I want to say when mom was 13, 14, teenager. And then she actually attended Jordan High School in Long Beach.
Long Beach, Jordan?
Yeah,
okay.
With all of her siblings. And then, and then they met each other and then had, me and the boys. So yeah, that's pretty much, grew up in church. We're born and raised in church. Me?
Yeah.
Okay, so listen. So born and raised in Compton, right? One of my brothers, had the honor of getting into fights F's a lot in school.
Yeah.
And so my, mom ended up pulling us out of the district there and was like, yeah, we're getting too many calls from the principal's office for your brother. So we're taking you guys out and we're going to take you guys over to where Auntie's at. So Auntie was in Bellflower.
Okay.
So that's where we ended up, finishing out our
Bellflower High School?
yes,
Right
Bellflower
on.
High School. And then I actually also attended Norwalk High School for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit, my junior and my senior year, just because we like moved again. So it was like, okay. But we were using Auntie's address.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't tell nobody, y'all. We're
No,
using
we won't
Auntie's
tell anybody, even though we're on this social media and the internet right now.
Yeah, so that that happened, but yeah, ended up going to Norwalk for the last 2 years of high school and then graduated there.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
So what's next?
Yeah.
After Holo Holo, non-scripted, shoot off the cuff, bring the house down. What comes next for you?
You know what? Studio music.
Mm.
That's really where my heart is. Like I said, mom and dad are doing much better, and it's giving me that opportunity or just the freedom to start getting back to it. So right now, just building a team and getting in the studio,
Mm.
getting in there and just making more music and just picking back up,
Mm-hmm.
um, just working. So ready for that. Everything that, all the opportunities that are going to present itself, I'm willing to just like jump on that. So I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like it really does help. Even like Saturday, that just really helped confirm everything because I was gone for a while, but that whole moment, just how it happened organically, and then the reaction and just the love and the support from everyone is like, wow. So just confirmation. Um, I'm just ready to get in the studio and make
Mm-hmm.
music. Get in
Mm-hmm.
the get back in the scene, get, feet wet, get the hands dirty and just work, just keep going. Just as long as I'm happy with the music that I'm putting out. Take it lightly.
Mm.
So I just know that this is where I'm supposed to be.
Very good. How, this whole Celle,
Mhm.
where does the name come from? And how did you even get started back in the day in music?
Yeah, so Celle comes from my first name, my government. I can't believe I'm telling y'all this, but it's Marcelli. So my full first name is Marcelli, and we actually we were doing BV background vocals for there was a show that was in Normandy, at Normandy, I believe. I think it was like a casino or something in like Inglewood.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my family, they had a relative that knew the people who were like, in charge of that show. And so they needed background singers, and we basically were the background vocals for all the artists that they had. And
Okay.
so that included J Bug, that included Spawn, Dinah Jane, and then I can't remember the other ones, but it that led me to then meeting, Spawn because we
Mm-hmm.
did background vocals. And from that show, that's when I'm in Love was presented. And then I heard it and I was like, yeah, like let's do it. I'm like I love the beat. I think it's nice and catchy um and that's how it happened.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
just doing background vocals and then getting on the track with Spawn.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Where does that passion, love, desire, attraction to music come
Being born and raised in church,
from?
yeah.
What
And the
church?
team.
Tell us.
Well, she's not there right now, but just at the time that was Full Gospel Fellowship of Praise in
Okay.
Anaheim.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was we we were in like I believe it was Santa Ana, well, Long Beach, and then we went to Santa Ana, and then it was like Anaheim
Okay.
area. But I was in the team. I was in the praise and worship team. And then it was like family, always having something to sing about. And that's really where it started, just being in the praise and worship team at church.
Mm.
And then that really just, like even at school, just, being in choir.
Mm-hmm.
I loved being in choir, just anything that had to do with singing. And then the little plays at school, like auditioning for it. I was like, yeah, I want to try,
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
I didn't get the part that time, but it's okay,
Right.
But yeah, just being in the praise and worship team at church.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about we talked offset about particular artists.
Mm,
Let's start with R&B artists, female.
mm.
Who are your favorite gals who sang and women?
Yeah, I would for sure. I would say Brandy. I would say Jasmine Sullivan.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And love Whitney
Oh
Houston.
my God.
My goodness, Whitney Houston for sure. Rest
That's
in
three.
peace.
Okay.
And then I would say I love Aradna.
Mm.
I'm going into the poly scene.
Okay.
I love Aradna growing up. And of course, Uncle Fiji. Like, he was a
Mhm.
part of, like, growing up. It was, like, Fiji. Who else? The Booyah Tribe, my brothers. They
Yeah.
loved chilling on the West Side. Hello.
Yeah.
And just, their music during that time. Just growing up, heading to church and playing,
Yeah.
the music there. But, yeah, I would definitely say them.
Very good. I love
Yeah.
those choices. If there was a message that Celle would tell the world or your Polynesian, either or, what would that message
I would say just, you know what? Serve.
be? Mm.
Whatever, however that looks like for you. Because, everyone goes through what they go through, right? Everyone has a story. Everyone has, you know, a backstory. And so just serve in whatever you can, like whatever it is that you're doing. Just
Mm-hmm.
have a big heart of a servant and do everything with love. Um, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but
Mm.
we're always going to strive, right? Like when you're serving, have a heart of a servant. I feel like you really just want to make sure you're filling in the gaps and having a good heart and
Mm-hmm.
just getting out there. So I would say in anything that you're doing, like facing in life, um, I know it's probably easier said than done, but
Yes.
I would definitely say just have a heart of a servant, do good and have a good heart, and just good energy, because energy is huge nowadays,
Yes.
and energy never lies. And so I would say do everything with all of your heart and listen to that, and then everything else will fall in line for you.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you that did not know the story of why she has been a no-show lately, she is definitely back. And it has been a pleasure and an honor to have you here on set on Island City at the Coach V Show.
Yes, Coach
Celle's
V.
back here talking about she's doing music. We are so honored and humbled you would stop by. Thank you so much for doing so. And for all of our guests, make sure to tap in. She's going to be dropping music so that you can buy, stream, do all that. And then shows will be coming up soon. Holo Holo Festival, you got to add to the lineup for the coming lineup this summer. It was a smash hit. Wasn't even scripted. I vote for Celle. Anybody else? Anybody? Hey. Let's go. And thank you so much for tuning into the Coach V Show, where iron sharpens iron, together we rise, here on the Island City where the beach meets the streets. And here's my final serve, what Celle was just talking about. Because if serving is below you, high-level leadership and high-level success is above you too. And not because Coach V says so either. This is what life, leadership, and Celle tells us all. Until next time, it is your girl, Celle, and your boy, Coach V. One love, mad respect. Ofa atu, I love you in Tongan. Peace. Choo!